Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. No, this was supposed to be on Tuesday, for Tinfoil Tiara Tuesday, but I apologize. I had no spoons yesterday, just none. So here is our recap of Handmaid's Tale, Season 6, Episode 9, Execution. I think the title of the show should be Bradley Whitford, You're My Hero. He was so fucking good in this. Anyway. So we open with the handmaids and Serena on the run, right? While looking for sanctuary, Serena witnesses a handmaid kill a wife. Justifiable homicide, if you ask me, but it is what it is. Moira and June, while in the van or truck, I guess, talk about how they're going to stay and fight once they get the handmaids to safety. And Janine says she's going to fight too because Charlotte's still there. We find out that the ally aunt's name is Ava. Also, we find out a little bit later that she's a CIA agent. Serena goes to Lawrence for shelter. Lawrence tells her that this is, in fact, a rebellion. Nick wakes up from his cake nap to find his wife in preterm labor. Fucking Naomi called Evil Will on Serena. Evil Will shows up at Lawrence's house. He tells Serena how he's going to kill June, and basically, in a very passive aggressive, waspy, Gilead kind of way, threatens Serena and Noah. Like, oh, you didn't know what you were doing. Fuck you. Evil Will shows up at June's jail cell, let's call it. Okay. All right. So the scene between them is good. Like, it's fine. I'm not sure if it's their lack of history or the fact that I'm not a big Josh Charles fan, just not. But I just don't care. Like, you know, from the outset of the scene that he's not going to hear her and she's not going to hear him. So they're really just talking at each other. It's not going to accomplish anything and it's not satisfying either. So, anyway, that's my opinion. Lawrence sends Naomi and Angela away for safety. And Lawrence asks Naomi to read to Angela, tells her what chapter he's on. And Naomi promises to, albeit a little reluctantly. But anyway, in contrast to the previous scene, which really should have been the June Will scene should have really kind of been one of the main events. This one really fucking got me. Bradley Whitford deserves 87 Emmys for this episode. He is so good in this episode, top to bottom. All right. Serena is destroyed that they're going to execute June. She's like, she's why we're alive, as is Lawrence, and they both kind of pray for her in their own ways. June climbs the gallows. They bring Lydia in for execution as well, along with the other handmaids, including Moira, including Janine, including Ava, the ally aunt. Evil Will asks Lydia for any last words, and she is a badass. She's like, you evil man, you're wicked man. It's beautiful. Mwah. Chef's kiss. And Dowd, love you. You're so fucking good. Luke and Rita enter at the back of the crowd that is gathered to witness the execution. June gives her speech. Rita, fucking Rita, pulls out a gun. Luke pulls out a knife. As they're fixing to execute her, June screams, don't let the bastards grind you down, a la season 1, right? We're back to Joseph Fiennes' nasty ass. While she is suspended in the air, Luke starts the attack. Ava is a badass and kicks everybody's ass and shoots everybody. And Rita gets June down, who turns out is okay. All right. Now, Mark enters Lawrence's house looking for him, and Serena tells him he is gone. Nick is at his wife's bedside in the hospital, and fuck this fucking bitch. She has given birth, baby's okay. She tells Nick he has to choose and sends him off to kill June and the rebels. She's like, you have to kill him for me. You have to kill her for me and kill him for your son. And maybe. And I understand from her point of view, I get it, but fuck this bitch. No, fuck this bitch. All right. June and Serena have another showdown in the church this time where Serena's in protective custody. I love this fucking scene. It's funny because, like, the problems are still the problems, right? But they love each other in a weird way and they're trauma bonded and they're war buddies. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, the two of them together, that's what I pay for, right? June eventually prevails upon her to tell her where Evil Will is. I do think his name is Wharton, but who the fuck cares? But Serena eventually does give up Evil Will and where the other commanders are and how they're headed to DC. Mark and June convince Lawrence to plant a bomb on the plane that's carrying the commanders to DC. The plan being that he will plant the bomb and then leave the plane and escape. June offers to go with him, give him a little bit of extra courage. As Lawrence is walking to the plane to plant the bomb, the other commanders show up in their SUVs, leaving him a do I go ahead with the plan? Do I leave? Kind of choice. He decides to go ahead, takes the bomb onto the plane, and the look he exchanges with June as he enters the plane, I could live to be a billion years old. I will never witness anything so beautiful. MVP Bradley Whitford, you're my hero. So fucking good. It was so beautiful. I don't know where he went to get that, but it was beautiful. Then Nick shows up. June watches him board the plane, staying silent the entire time, and we watch him kind of square and resolve himself to killing June and the rebels. Then on the plane, Nick and Lawrence talk, and I really wasn't 100% sure, but of course it had an altitude detonator, so once I guess he took it on the plane, it was going to go off. But I wasn't sure. I was left with a little bit of uncertainty. But as June watches from just outside the hangar, standing on the tarmac, the plane explodes in a fiery crash. So that's the end. That's it. I think next week is the last episode of the show, of the series. So one more episode left. Join me next week for that recap. Also, join me later this week for another episode of The Pit. I think I'm on episode 11, which is 100% my favorite. And look for my weekly sauce. Also, check out Manic Monday from this week. It's good. Take care of y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye.